Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with a brand new episode of Mac Mondays, Macho Mondays. You've probably been wondering where I've been. I have not uploaded a podcast in 2 weeks. I think 2 Mondays. I skipped out the last 2 July Mondays. Been very busy, a lot of reflecting, and this episode is probably going to be a little bit deeper than like most episodes, but kind of just wanted to talk, like, and be on some real shit while also talking about the things I love that's been going on. But first, good news. I don't really have any bad news, but good news is you guys have been killing it with the immense support over not only the course of the YouTube channel, my socials. I've had like 8 or like 10 to 13 videos ago went viral, and I can't even fathom and comprehend the fact that I'm about to hit 800 followers, or probably hit 800 followers by the time this uploads on YouTube. On IG, I'm about to hit 800 followers. I could never imagine that, and the fact that I'm about to hit that, I just can't say the words I want to put into perspective besides thank you. Like, there's nothing other than that, just thank you in general. And that being said, I have had a lot on my plate over the course of the last 2 weeks of just doing summer classes and grinding out content for you guys and popping out bangers after bangers after bangers. I don't want to drop shit. I don't want to drop because I want to, how I used to back then, because that was more so over just trying to get over a fear and wanting to create and longing for that. But now it's like longing for perfection, longing for the actual hard work and craft, and taking my time and dedicating it to make better content and give you guys a proper version of myself that I've never even seen yet, and I know is yet to come. And that is where I belong, and that is where I'm at mentally, and I'm really growing, and I'm patient. I'm patient with myself because I know I have a lot of life to live. I'm 21. I don't have to rush anything. I don't have to be rich by 23. I don't have to be rich by 24. I know I probably will, but I don't need to. I have a long life ahead of me. I got beautiful friends. I got beautiful family. I got you guys, most importantly, my supporters. There's nothing else I would have asked for more in this life, genuinely. But that being said, July was such an incredible month for me when it came to my content creation and my branding of myself, that it has genuinely left me in this like perpetual state of just like almost like I'm frozen. Like I'm on such a high that I'm frozen, and I'm just like, oh my God, it's only up from here. And I can't fathom what it's like when I hit 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 100,000, 50K. I won't be able to even process that. And I'm just so happy and so grateful. This is mentally, I've been honestly the best I've ever felt in so long. And, you know, there's just more to come. Like I can't speak more for the future and what I have planning and stuff like that, because I know if I talk about it, then if it doesn't come out, I'm gonna feel shitty. But that being said, I'm just excited to show you guys and showcase what I have for the future, genuinely. And that being said, on top of that, with the rest of the shit I have coming up, I'm looking at the whiteboard actually of videos that I have already like kind of scheduled for this month. This month we're gonna finish up games such as Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2 and Resident Evil 7. From there, I'll probably pick up a Final Fantasy or Naruto Storm. But right now, that's where I'm at, guys. That's what I'm going to let you guys know. So this month of videos is Resident Evil Revelations 1, 2, and Resident Evil 7, as I'm still playing through those series, and those are the last 3 games I have to play throughout the series before I can go ahead and start doing the Platinum series, which I have mentioned in previous podcasts, that I do want to go ahead and try to Platinum those games in a day, or like try to like really max it out, stuff like that, and just really go for Platinums. but that's a future series that I know will take long time, and I'm willing to just like be patient, and enjoy what I love making, and then that's myself. I like making, I like creating, I like doing content. I love music, I love art, I love everything. You know what I mean? I don't think people should kind of look at things negatively. Almost, I'm very optimistic, and I'm just like, I love everything. You know what I mean? But that being said, I do want to get more people on this podcast. I want to get friends. I want to get family. I want to get a lot of people. I know me and my brother-in-law talked about collaborating. Maybe we can collaborate on a podcast episode soon, just to talk about a lot of things when it comes to what's been going on with movies, socials, media in general when it comes to like sports, trades, everything. So that's definitely going to come with him, and even just some other friends that I have lined up. They've been extremely busy and doing their own things, and I respect that. We've kind of like all done little separate paths right now, a little time skip arc, but I know my boys will be back, and I know they'll be in 100% shape. I love them. But yeah, that being said, I just wrapped up my summer semester, and I don't even know, like, when we talk about that high that I felt of just like, okay, my socials are doing good. And I'm not talking just TikTok, Instagram, because TikTok I did like over 1,500 this past month of just like followers and shit like that. And then in July I was about to hit 800, which I'll probably hit it after this video on IG, and had many videos blow up and stuff like that. But another high that I felt was the fact that I finished my first ever college year, and it almost feels really emotional as an undergrad because, I remember how I felt day one in January of 2026 this year, and thinking to myself that what if this isn't cut out for me, and what if like I know I won't like it, but what if it's just I can't do it? What if it's too much? And figure out that it's never too much, and that you can still do your lifestyle outside of this. Because I think my biggest fear with college wasn't necessarily to work. It was more so of like, how much time will the work consume me to be able to do the things that I love? You know what I mean? And then if you're not doing what you love, then why are you doing anything at that point? Are you just doing it to be financially stable? Because I think financial freedom is more so in the freedom that you create and you do whatever your heart desires. If you really want to be a doctor and that's your like access of financial freedom, then you go that way. You know what I mean? And if you want to be a musician, that's your access of financial freedom, then you go that way. But it's really about who you are as a person and your personality, I feel like. And I think most importantly, I will never look back and think to myself that like I should quit almost because of something somebody said or things like that. It's more so you should always think about yourself and how you personally feel, I feel like. And, think about how I previously felt. I always felt like I'm not doing college necessarily for me, which even to this day, I feel like I'm not even doing college necessarily for me. I still feel like I'm doing it for my parental figures. I still feel like I'm doing it to kind of buy time and just get a decent job. You know what I mean? But I don't really care for those things. And I know it might sound crazy to a lot of people, but I don't really care for those things. I'd rather take a risk and gamble my future knowing that I made it instead of like, what if I didn't, and that's the reason why I had to go down this route. I don't want to do that. I don't want to sit at a desk and waste my life away knowing that I can make more than what I'm making at an accountant job. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Why would you do something that you can do decently, but you don't see yourself doing it for a long amount of time and a long amount of years, or when you could do something that you feel like you can see yourself doing until the day you die? That just doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, finished my first year and I feel electric. I felt really emotional because it's like I did that and I'm really proud of myself. Pat on my back. I really feel proud of myself. I don't know what else to feel except gratitude to my family, my friends, the people that I look up to. You know what I mean? Because they were the ones that honestly inspired me the most. I remember a lot of times my sister used to tell me that, like, oh look, there's people that DJ and they do electronic music, but and they also do medical stuff and go to school and are a doctor on the side. So it's like it's not like you can't. And um, my brother-in-law as well, Mauricio, always used to tell me, like, oh, like, don't don't just sit there and like not do anything. Do something for now. Like, do something. Just do college. Just do college, because like it's easy. And I'm like, it's not easy. It's not easy. Like I'm like doubting myself and stuff like that. And he's like, no, it's easy. It's easy. It's easy. And I'm like, nah, I'm doubting myself. And a person, another one that really I feel like kind of put that battery in my backpack was, my other brother-in-law, Sebastian. He told me to never doubt myself when I took my driver's test and I passed. You know what I mean? The day before my birthday, literally my last day of being 20, I got my driver's license. And things like that, when someone tells you to never doubt yourself, or someone tells you to do this because they know you can do both and you have the capability to do both, maybe you should really take the opportunity to really listen to them, because I don't regret it. After this past college year, I really enjoy doing college. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I fucking hate the work. Everybody hates the work, but the experience that I've had of making new friends, being outside my comfort zone, going to a new building, enjoying that building's offers and opportunities and everything that it comes with, has been so refreshing and brand new that it made me a better person. And that's genuinely how I feel. And yeah, I just love it. I can't wait to go back during this fall season and this spring season of 2027 as well. But that being said, I just wrapped up, passed all my classes. That's kudos on me. But besides that, from there, one thing I did want to talk about was, when it comes to like trials and tribulations, I'm trying to like seep this through, but when it comes to like trials and tribulations and stuff like that, I always gain inspirations from movies and things I like. Hint, hint, things I like. I watched a brand new Spider-Man movie, Brand New Day, and I've always said from the jump that Tom Holland was the greatest Spider-Man, and I think what solidified it for me personally was watching No Way Home. And when we watched No Way Home, we seen his very emotional Green Goblin scene where he almost took out the Green Goblin, and how Toby stopped him and Andrew helped him as well. And I think that scene solidified him, because it really shows a young Spider-Man that's hungry and vicious to protect the world, losing his mind, and he's really emotional. And I like that emotional and vulnerable state of a superhero, because at the end of the day, even superheroes need help themselves. Even superheroes need therapy, and a lot of people are scared of therapy. A lot of people are scared to take care of themselves. A lot of people are scared to put this down because they feel like it's going to stop everything. And that's exactly the feeling that I got from this movie. Without spoiling it, I feel like Tom Holland's Spider-Man almost was on a non-stop motion of just go, 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 that he forgot himself and he lost himself. And I feel like that's a really relatable story to a lot of people, and including myself, because I think I lose myself every time. Every damn month, I feel like a part of me has lost myself a little bit slowly sometimes. And then I regain it because I remember, why do we do this for? Is it just to say, oh, like, we're doing it because we have to? Or is it because we genuinely enjoy what we're doing? And there's no other way to put it except that moral of the story, and the moral of the story of like community based and taking care of yourself. It really shows that even superheroes sometimes need therapy. There's a lot of scenes where Spider-Man is, I don't want to spoil it too much, where Spider-Man is talking to his robot, who he's had in prior, obviously, movies and stuff like that. And the robot is giving him actual good life advice. And, his peers that he has in that movie is actually giving him good life advice. And he's like, nah, I gotta get out the way. I can't stop. And that's a terrible mentality to have, because you'll reach your overload, which is another little thing they said in that movie. Um, and you forget who you are and realize that there's the actual you that everyone loves is the one that you're blocking out. And when you realize that, it gets really hard to kind of process, and emotionally you start to like, I feel like, get sad a little bit, because it's just like, it's a very emotional thing. It's a human nature thing. You know what I mean? I think everybody wants to protect something, and I think everyone loves something enough to protect it. So whatever it is, just hone that, but as well take care of yourself and never let go of both. Make a proper balance, because even superheroes like Spider-Man need to. And I will never not feel that satisfaction I felt from that movie in another movie. I feel like, again, like, that movie really inspired me again, and it really ignited something in me again that I felt like I lost for a little bit these past couple months. And man, this summer has just been on a like trajectory of like high, and I'm just like, oh man, like this is so good. But yes, enough talking about the emotional and vulnerable and aspects and stuff like that. I actually wanted to get to talking about the fact that I bought these collectibles. I bought the cup. I bought the cup, and this is the Spider-Man cup. Oh my god, I suck at showcasing this on camera while talking. But brand new gay cup. Did I just say gay? Brand new day cup. And it has Spider-Man in front with Scorpion, and I can barely see who that person is. But yeah, Spider-Man's on it, and his new suit, which I love his new suit. It's very OG and homage to the old ones, which actually is confirmed that it's actually an homage to Toby and Andrew, because he got inspired to make his own, replicated like them. So I like this, that it dangles. There's another one that he does a web shooter, which I'll pop up, but the web shooters are like little plastic sticks, and I seen a couple of them missing off the cups, and I was like, somebody probably had theirs, or when they were setting it up, it probably just snapped off, and it looks really easy to snap off, while this one kind of looks very glued into him, and it's a little string, more durable than plastic, you know what I mean? So yeah, only thing is I got to keep this away from my cat, because he'll probably go like this and just dangling until he tries to rip it off. But this obviously felt more durable and stuff like that, so just took this cup. I thought it was amazing. Then we actually have the popcorn bucket. Not a popcorn bucket. Oh, by the way, that cup is 32 ounces. The popcorn bucket, holy fuck, this shit is huge, bigger than my fucking head. It is 130 ounces, and my sister was like, oh, I would so get one, but I told myself I was going to buy plastic, and I was like, it's not plastic, it's Spider-Man. But you can see right there all the little details, and it almost comes as like a one of those like bust type figures, but it's a really heavy duty plastic. Its details are very engraved and highly detailed at that. You can really feel it. But yeah, perfect. And then on top of that, you have this. This is a little spoiler, but I can't tell you what it is. So if you watch this movie, and you probably loved it. But I think this is the greatest Spider-Man movie of all time. Just saying it, hands down. I love the movie. I love what they did. And it honestly kind of reignites that love for Spider-Man, being like, oh, just, man. I'm like trying to process. But it really does ignite that love for Spider-Man, being like, okay, yeah, like this is why we love Spider-Man. And I think a lot of people kind of forgot that when it came to the prior movies, because I think a lot of people came down to like criticism and being like, oh, who's a better Spider-Man? Who's a better Spider-Man? But who cares who's a better Spider-Man? We all love Spider-Man. We are all individually in the Spider-Verse. We all individually love Spider-Man. We all are Spider-Man. We don't have to have a competition. We just love Spider-Man. And Tom said it the best, but one thing that he hopes that the younger audiences and even older audiences take from this that haven't maybe is how important community is. And I think that is such a beautiful way of words, because it is true. People need to understand that, like, community is everything. And if you don't have community and you don't have friends to talk to, you don't have anybody to hold you accountable or even be there with you during your hard times to even support you when you're not even yourself, how can you function and how can you operate and how can you go forward when even Spider-Man needs that to go forward? So thought it was beautiful. As well, choreography when it came to the fights, best choreography in my opinion for fights. It was just like the video games. From what I watched over the video games, I never played them, which I will play them. Sorry, I only played the Amazing Spider-Man on PS3. So don't come at me. I played Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man on PS3. As well, on top of that, the other thing I wanted to say was, oh my gosh, sorry. Another thing I wanted to speak on was just, holy, sorry. But another thing I wanted to speak on was that, oh my God, I'm blanking. What the heck, guys? I'm like really blanking. Bad too. There's like a really bad brain fart. No, we're not editing this out. We're keeping this in. Oh, I went to Six Flags. I tried the new Flash ride, and I went front row. That was one of the craziest experiences I've ever been on a roller coaster. I'm not a fan of tall rides because I'm afraid of heights. I really had a bad experience with Nitro first time, and I never went back on it again. And for me, I don't like personally Nitro, but I went on damn near every other ride. I wanted to go on Superman during the day, but we ended up doing that at night, and I didn't go on it because I was like, it defeats the whole point of Superman, like to look below and see what you're like viewing. Like I rather see what I'm doing rather than just like, oh, it's all dark, guys, can't see nothing. No, it just defeats the point. Went on Medusa, didn't go on El Toro, the bull ride. My sister said that was the craziest one, that it was the fastest, she said, out of all the rides, and that it really hurt her body. And I told her, I was like, yeah, I'm not going on that ride for that reason. Sorry. But that being said, yeah. Oh, also, oh my gosh, I just remembered. That's what I was going to say. Another thing about the Spider-Man movie is, I kid you not, freaking Kishimoto was actually in one of the pressers, which I'll pop up a picture, but one of the pressers. And, you know, he was in the crew, I guess, being sort of like an influencer, director, whatever it is. But he was in the team, and for some reason, what's it called? They interviewed him and said like, "Oh, what was your favorite Spider-Man?" He said that his favorite Spider-Man was the Amazing Spider-Man 2 because of the fight choreography and how it felt like very crazy, and it inspired him even. And in Spider-Man Brand New Day, not to spoil, it's not a major spoiler, Ned, in the trailer, if you remember, Tom is actually, well, Spider-Man, yeah, Peter Parker, he's with Ned in the apartment, and he's at the party, the house party, and he like obviously introduced himself to them and stuff like that. While they're talking in Ned's room, there's actually a OG Naruto poster, which I'm gonna try to put a picture up, but there's actually an OG Naruto poster of Naruto when he was a kid, and Sakura when she's a kid, Sasuke when she's a kid, and Mr. Kakashi in his 20s, his young 20s. So literally, it was such a beautiful poster to have in the background, and a really nice detail and homage to Kishimoto for his amazing work and his cooperation. So I love Kishimoto. I think it's just he's the GOAT. If you guys don't know, I actually had a Naruto birthday, which I'll put up pictures of that probably here as well. Naruto has meant, that's another thing that's meant so much to me, and I think that's one of the few key details that I really loved about this movie, that really felt like it was for me. And another thing is like being a Latin mixed descent, hearing Bad Bunny in a Spider-Man movie feels surreal. Like, let's just get out of the way. Hearing Bad Bunny in a Spider-Man movie felt unreal. as growing up, I used to get bullied for my ethnicities at that, and being mixed and being told what I can or can't be or this and that, and that was just annoying. But to see a Puerto Rican colored person speak Spanish, and she has like her kids in there being represented as Puerto Rican as well, and freaking Bad Bunny's music being in there, it was just like, oh my god, it was just top tier. And another little scene I liked. This isn't really a spoiler. Like I said, this is just mini detail stuff. Spider-Man, Peter Parker, he likes Little Caesars, and he loves the Spider-Man pizza. So I think that Little Caesars, nudge right there and homage there, and just like little kind of almost reference and stuff like that. I think that was really cool because I think Little Caesars gets hate for no reason. I think Little Caesars is really good. And the slander, I don't understand the slander. Personally, I don't understand the slander. So, shout out to Big Caesars. But, yeah, that. What else? Oh, my God. Yeah, all the rides in Six Flags, to go back to that. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hold on. I'm so sorry. Tame Impala being in Spider-Man was another good one. I love that one. I thought that was really fucking great. As well as Steve Lacy. I love Sadie Sink's character. If you haven't watched it, I won't spoil it, but I love Sadie Sink's character. I think she did amazing for her job, and she really brought some Stranger Things energy. Yeah, Stranger Things energy, sorry, with this movie. And I was just like, oh my God. It felt like, watching her felt like Stranger Things never ended, and it's like it's still going on almost, but like through their acting skills, because their acting is so good that it's like you just want to watch more of them, and that's really what that energy that I felt like I got with Stranger Things is not just the aesthetic of the 80s and stuff like that, but the acting that they always threw out there, and their energy and how they carry themselves through acting characters was just so infectious almost, and it's like you got to get more of it and you crave it. So yeah, that was just insane. As well as the movie theaters like background drop and everything, and how they put everything up, beautiful. I'll put pictures of that up as well. But what else? Realistically, I don't even know. I'm sorry I've been holding off on podcasts as well. I know I mentioned it earlier that like took a break and stuff like that. It was more so just because I was super freaking busy, but I wasn't going to record and give you guys last minute slop, and plans fell out with guests because of things going on individually in lives and stuff like that, and I totally understand. But I've been streaming a lot, and I've been playing a lot of COD and zombies and stuff like that, and making many posting videos like that, and trying to give you guys essentially the best form of content I can possibly give while deliberately enjoying my time and doing the things that I personally have to do outside of this. So that being said, it has been a bit of a challenge to do, but I managed to do it because if Spider-Man can do anything, I can too. So yeah, that. And been back on my fitness journey a lot as well. Halloween's coming up. I actually like to throw a little idea out there. I actually want to do a Halloween costume contest video. So we're going to see how I get that done. But I would love for people to join up and do like custom costumes and stuff like that. I just really put energy into their outfits and stuff like that. And I rate them. I rate their outfits with friends and stuff like that. So we'll see. But that being said, server has been back up and running again. I know we had it like really quiet for a minute, but more people have been active, and there's more talking, more things going on, more engagement, which I love to see, and I can't wait to see more of that going into the future. But besides that, I really haven't had too much going on, so bear with me. But future reference, I do have planned guests, like I said, and I actually do have planned like video games coming up. I know I'm gonna pre-order the Halloween game so I can play it early access with family and stuff like that and friends to get content. But not only that, I will be streaming that on release and early access, which is the beginning of September, first week of September. So look out for that at the end of this month, which I will mention it over time, as well as if you haven't watched the movie Brand New Day, watch that Spider-Man movie, as well as I have Final Fantasy series lined up to play. I'm ready to play. That's another one I'm willing to play. Naruto as well. The Storm series, going to be playing that. Kingdom Hearts as well, going through that. God of War, Dead Space, Silent Hill, Uncharted. Like, there's so many video games that I'm going to make playthroughs on and stuff like that. And I just, record my stuff and stuff like that. But in the meantime, I got a lot to record and a lot to catch up on. But I think this is a great first episode. And I think this is a great way to end. Oh, wait, I lied. Spirit Halloween did open today, and it did have its grand opening, and I cannot wait for October to come out. I know I mentioned earlier the Halloween costume contest, but I genuinely cannot wait for Halloween, and I genuinely cannot wait for October. I love summer, and I never want it to end, but I love the fall just as much. So, but besides that, I've been back on the cut. I've been focusing on myself. I got to get my classes enrolled and stuff like that. So you guys will definitely hear from me. But besides that, I want everyone to take care of themselves and inspire others and share love. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.